Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, it's Shaggy, as always. You guys already knew that. So, anyways, hey, what's up, John? Brian? Everybody's in the house. Great. Hey, I posted a link on the Facebook page for a go-to meeting link for here at 12:30. It's in the group on the page. What's up, Rena? Maran? And what I'm going to do this morning before I start talking. Hey, what's up, guys? As before I start talking about some topics I want to talk about, how stupid people are, and the New Year's already started. I really want to discuss it, right? But before I do it, here, hey Nicole, before I start, I wanted to let you guys know I'm going to do a free Q&A today. I want to do it, right? And so it's going to be a go-to meeting here in a little bit, and we're going to talk about sales, and we're going to talk about, like, I'm going to help dispatching services and kind of like brokers and a little bit of carriers with recruiting, marketing, and selling clients. We're going to talk about understanding clients, what kind of clients we're looking for. There's going to be a really good Q&A. It's just going to be me. We're going to do it here at 12:30 for like 45 minutes, and I'm going to go over, like, back when I was a dispatching service. How did I build up clients so fast? What kind of clients? Why am I having trouble getting clients or selling freight or getting carriers? Because I think sales is some of the hardest things. And we're going to talk about networking and some, maybe some residuals and different ways to find clients that everybody else isn't doing out there. And then when we get those clients, how will we back up that product, right? Like, how are we going to back that up? So I'm going to do that Q&A here and at 12:45 on a go-to meeting. It'll be me, and it's going to be really cool. You guys should grab that link and jump in. I posted it in the Facebook group, and I posted it. Might be able to post it in here. Let's see. Oh, I can't. I cannot. Okay, well, I can't post it in here then. So I tried to post it in here, but I can't. So here at 12:45 on the page in the group, there's a link. You can share it. And we're going to be doing some sales. We're going to be talking about why you're having trouble with sales. Why is those 100 phone calls you call every day in these groups? Because you fucking see it all the time. Don't you guys see these, like, the crazy stuff that's going on in this industry? Like, you go to any Facebook group or even on the board, and people, everybody's trying to freaking, every broker out there is trying to get every little truck they can off search trucks, off the load boards. No one's taking the time to build a network. Everybody's wanting to Eastern, 12:45 Eastern. Yeah, we will be doing this demo at 12:45 Eastern. The link is posted on the page in the group. And we're starting trucking webinar, right? It's so crazy because you see all these trucking companies, they get their authorities. The first thing we do is run straight to Facebook, man, and we get ourselves a dispatcher, because you have to have a dispatcher. You know what I mean? You have to have a dispatcher to make it in this world. That's the image that you see. But then you go look right underneath the person looking for the dispatcher, and the dispatcher's posted on Facebook, hey, I need carriers, and I need brokers to work with. And then brokers are out there posting, I need owner operators, and I need fucking dispatchers to people. And then these people are saying this word, and then it's all like a big fucking free for all. And I get these insurance calls, and I get these calls every day, and I see these things. And I see these poor people that are taking these trainings about the dispatching services, or, you go out there and they teach you about the broker board, load boards. They teach you, about the carrier needs insurance and a packet and how to invoice. And then they tell you to go to these truck stops and go to FMCSA and post all over Facebook, and a carrier only specializes one type of equipment. And he tries to do it really good with risk and claims and all this stuff. And then a dispatcher's out there posting that they do everything, like fucking everything for a percentage. Like, they dispatch this, they dispatch that. They'll dispatch your mom if she can get that motherfucker on the wagon type shit. And then these brokers, they go to take these classes where they teach them about Thomas Denver, Craig Bublik, Manta, the LinkedIn, and then you get this fancy script, and they don't teach you about only 20% of these customers will actually have a customer packet that has detention times and the accessorials involved in it. The rest of them don't even have contracts. It's more like a handshake relationship. And the ones that you're thinking about, their insurance and everything's so much higher. And then you see these guys that have RFPs and they go put them straight on the freaking Facebook. And you always see them because it says, we got freight coming out of here. We're needing trucks to go here, here, and here. And dispatchers are trying to do the same thing because they think it's better to try to sell a lane, and it's all wrong. Like everything's all wrong. I mean, it works, right, for a little bit of the time, but you're always starting stuff over. Nothing's consistent. You're always living paycheck to paycheck, but you're always making the most money, right? You look at these guys that are out there and they're all chasing freight like crazy, going fucking one quick pay to next. You're like, man, you should have millions in the bank. But you're just bitching. You're making all this money, but you're just bitching about that repair you couldn't even afford because you're making all that money. And this other guy that's out there doing 280 a mile because his cost is 230, and he understands it that he has to have $1,500 a day times every day that he works, or every day in general, including when he's off, he should be getting paid, right? And you have these numbers that you have to hit, and then everything else is a plus, and you build off of that product. It's like taking a one truck carrier as a dispatcher or two or three guys, and they're all company trucks, and be like, fuck, man, you're killing yourself. You got the company drivers, you got all these expenses. If one truck breaks down, the other two got to pay for that one. Then you got to pay me on top, and you're trying to drive the truck too. If you don't start building a product to run a lot closer to home and build more consistency where you know that you need $9,000 a week to pay you, the driver, me, the truck, the fuel, fixed cost, and escrow and all that. And then we got to diversify that because you can't keep borrowing off each truck. You got to put some money in the bank. So how do we do that? Well, now that we built the product, we go and add fucking owner operators. So 2 to 1, that's $2,000 a week to one company truck. That truck breaks down, $2,000 to $3,000 makes a hell of a handy, nice chunk of money to have, right? But you can't do that freight chasing because you don't have no product to sell. That's what we need to talk about is all this stuff. Everybody's going to all these classes. You see one guy go out there and post about, hey, this guy just took a training. It's really good. And then about a month later, you're talking to that guy. How was that training at Ken Clarkson's training? Well, I ain't got no customers yet. Well, why not? Well, I'm still kind of confused on the operations. Well, you didn't do no broker operations or anything? Like, what do you think, it was just going to fall out of the sky? I mean, what are you going to do? Like, the name off a customer you have. They're like, STI Steel. Well, where do they ship? I don't know. They ship steel. Where do they ship it to? I don't know. What kind of trailers do they use? What kind of equipment does it take to strap it down? What cities do they load to and deliver? What brokers are they using? What carriers do they have? How much volume? How many locations? Where's their corporate office? And what are some of the problems they have? Why would they need you more than who they already have? And if the guy gave you 2 loads tomorrow going from Fort Wayne to Baltimore, he wants a bid like 5 minutes. Can he get it done? What direction is that freight going to? What are these guys going to charge you when they go? What kind of rates do you need to think about? Does the direction of the freight going make any difference? What about the claims? How do you know if you're going to put it on? How do you verify the guys? How do you protect that one customer? And then how are all these people putting agents already and they're using a factoring company to pay their bills when their margins on the RFPs are barely like 5 to 10%, and the factoring company keeps half? I mean, don't you guys see this stupid stuff that these guys are learning? Why don't you ask these schools why they're not doing that? Why haven't you ghosted trucks? Why didn't you build a network? Why are you freight chasing? I mean, what is your product that you guys are recruiting on? I see so many people constantly trying to find owner operators, and you always ask what you offer. You're like 80-20. You pay the insurance. Yeah, you got to pay the trailer. We'll help you with this and this, and you can get home on the weekends and stuff like that. Yep. Well, what are we gonna make? Well, we've been making like 10,000 this week, but I mean, there was a couple months ago where it was down to 7, but now we've been up at 9. But next week it'll be 10. But we're really good at keeping you busy. We always have one load or so ahead of you. Where do you go? All over the place. I mean, where do you go? All over the place. Really? You don't have no pattern with you? Yeah, but we'll get you back. Are you doing all broker freight? Yeah, that's what we do. Really good at it. Brokers are paying like crazy. It's like you name a buck right now, you know? Anyways, I'm not gonna keep raising hell, guys. I just wanted to get on and talk. You know, guys, I just don't see it. I just don't understand. Like when we do these boot camps, like tonight, I'll be teaching at the trucking webinar, and we talk about, are you an investor? Are you going to be the driver of the truck? Are you going to have company trucks? How many? What is the type of freight you're going to have? Do you break down all your numbers, put those together, divide them by 3, and know your daily rate? Because half you people out there, you ask what your daily rate is, and you're like, well, when something fucks up, they give me like $250. You're like, well, but you to make 25 for 100 for you or 1500 for you and pay your driver, your owner operator 2500. That's after your percentage, and then you got to pay the truck, trailer, insurance, fuel, fixed cost, escrow. You know what I mean? All those things. And then, because the guy that owns the truck, man, he has household bills too. So he needs to pay all that stuff. Because if he don't pay all that, then pay his household bills and have money left over. Yeah, that's after the escrow and the fixed costs, like the place, the oil changes, the tires. We took all that up. It could be $1,400 a day, like Brian says. It's not $250. So why are you guys letting these brokers only give you 200 whenever they own the company or they were taking losses? They wouldn't pay it. I mean, they would pass it along. Everybody's passing along, but you guys keep letting them fuck you over. You know what I mean? Is it because you guys got dispatching services that don't have a clue? You think about when you're using a dispatching service, you ask them, well, why don't you have all the insurance and the liability and all that stuff? You know what I mean? I mean, you could do it too. They're like, well, there's too much risk in that, too much money. I'd rather just book the loads and work with you and help you grow. You know what I mean? Because that's hard over there. It's kind of fucked up, right? All you guys that are letting these guys do it, like they get you in binds where you deliver at places and then it takes 5 days to load because you don't know how to stand your ground and get the money you want. I mean, where are you going to make up that $1,400 a day at? I mean, is this just fall out of the sky? Some of you guys will be so wound up in your operations because you didn't have a plan when you started your trucking company. You didn't know where to start it. You didn't start it in the right place. Insurance is so high. You don't know how to the high direct bill it or anything like that. Uh, it's crazy. You don't have no plan. You don't know about trailers. You think, and then power only's fucked up too. You still have to pay this stuff. It's not happening. And then you don't know about the liability of risk. Half you guys, if your driver was in a wreck tomorrow and I called him up and said, hey, man, yeah, Shaggy said there's all kinds of lawsuits going across Penny's desk for this and that. Everybody's getting sued because liability's fucking crazy. You can't even fuck, man. Everything you get sued about when it goes wrong. And I need to know that you're protecting yourself. So if you hit Mabel and her head's laying on your hood and you're in an intersection, what was the first 5 things you say before you get out of your truck, to protect our company? You know what I mean? You think about how important that stuff is. It's like you have no idea the stuff that happens on a daily basis that puts people out of business. And you guys work so hard to do it with your your 650s or less credit scores, all the money you saved up on your little thing to jump out there for that freedom, right? Not to have to go work for anybody or be a slave to somebody. Hey, Shaggy, long time no see. Greetings. Hi, Dharma. Frank G. Trucks, you start with 2 million. If each of you will send Shaggy and me $2,000, we will show you how to make $1 million pretty fast. Oh yeah, 2 seconds flat. But and it's crazy how many people think that having a thing that says, I went to Jim Bowes broker school and I passed a 79 and I got a certificate signed by Frank G. And this first thing you do is they're like, oh, I'm getting prepared now. I've graduated school. I'm getting ready to call 100 customers. Okay, so you call 100 customers. Mm-hmm. Yep. And so 2 of them ask you for rates right off the bat. Have you sold your carriers yet? No, you got to have the customers first. Okay, then the other 98 of them ask for assets, and you're like, I ain't got any. Well, what are you going to do? Well, can you hold on for a second while I go post those on the board, wait for people to call me, and the first 90 people that call me, because I haven't practiced any of this are going to double broker me or fucking back solicit my freight, right? You know what I'm saying? I am raising hell, and then you see this on Facebook. It's like you got 100 people are like, man, I called 100 people. Well, how many did you talk to? I talked about like 20 of them. Well, how many of them? What'd they tell you when they do it? Well, they said they don't really work with new brokers. They're only looking for assets. And I'm like, well, why don't you have any assets? Well, because I haven't got any freight yet. So you don't have any carriers to call for you? No, but I got 3,000 broker packets off Facebook. Well, how many of those 3,000 carriers have you talked to? Two, maybe 10. Really? It's awesome. Great job. This is all you see out there. You see these people that put these fancy dispatching ads. They're like, yo, we're available 24/7. We'll do invoicing for you. We're always there with call. We work 7 days a week. That's why I left my job, JOB. And we dispatch everything. And we are experts in it. And we've been around for years. Then you call them up. Well, where do we go? Where it pays? Where do you want it? We'll send you where it pays, the best load it pays. We'll run you where you don't want to go. Okay, so where am I going to go? Well, who am I going to haul for? How much will I make a week? Well, I try to gross about $10,000 a week. Well, what will I make? I don't know, because we have to get you running all over the place first to find out where you're going to run. But we know we've been running some other guys that live from other areas this way. Well, is it all the same? Yeah, once we get you in those areas, you know what I'm saying? It's amazing how people don't know how to network or post with direction or actually build a 7 day plan. You ask people, how do you do 84 hours in 7 days? They're like, I don't even know. And do a 34-hour restart and have your driver at home making the same amount of money as people over the weekends. Why don't people have a dedicated, a regional, or a local route built up before they even pay for their insurance on their authority? Like, where do we do it at? Because if you're not going to drive the truck and you're only going to invest in trucks, why do you have to open your authority in Florida where it's 10 times harder? Why don't you go to another state to do it? It doesn't take that much to do it. You're just running a business and everything's done on a laptop anyways. Why did they say you had to do it in California where you can't grow your fleet but company trucks? And then that sucks too. Why didn't you move? Why didn't you have a plan? What is direct bill and all this stuff? All these things are so important. And I don't see any of this stuff out there. I see people going out there and paying for these dumb programs that you go through that you read online where it talks about hey, you file an MC number, make sure you get your LLC first. Pick a good name, and keep it separated from your trucking company. And then while you do that, then once you do that, you get set up with a TMS and a factoring company, and they'll help you build credit. And then you go out there, you just call people all day. Oh, it's going to be a lot of phone calls. You don't need the research. Just understand who they are, where they're located. They're on Google, and just call them. Yep, call them. Call and call until you get a yes. You do that. Then too much work. Anyways, I'm not going to keep going. Guys, I just don't understand why no one has plans. Me and Frank talk about this every week. Why you fall for these schools and trainings and that you don't do the homework. And then, maybe when you even do those programs, you guys don't do the homework. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I know you get tired of me coming on saying it over and over. So I'm just going to shut up and go on about my business. And I'll do a demo here at 12:30. I think I'm going to do it 12:30 to 1:15. We'll be talking about sales, how to find clients, dispatching, just a whole bunch of different things people do wrong. And if you guys want to join, just go get that link off the page I posted. It's in the chat over there. I'll see you guys at 12:30. Let's solve some like those mystery myths. You know what I mean? Let's be real and really talk about what product, why we're missing out, why we can't recruit owner operators, and what you're doing wrong, and why you dispatching services can't find clients. I know, you see the numbers go down. I don't know, maybe people get bored. I tried. The link is on the page, and it's on the chat. Somebody posted it in here, guys. It's in the group. It's posted in the group. You guys can see it. It's posted on the page. I don't know. I think I go on Facebook all the time and, you surf through these groups and you see, people just jumping out there. It's dispatching services making their post or they're like looking for clients. It's brokers making post about calling. And if it's somebody not selling something, the other one's doing it. And it's like, You know, you got 30% of the industry that listen to about having a plan, not jumping out there, diversifying, thinking about if your truck breaks down the parts, how many trucks are you, why your wife isn't helping you with the business. Why would you leave working as an owner or somebody else as a slave, or being an owner operator for somebody else, or being a company driver, moving up to get your authority, or even leaving a job to go in the box trucks to just immediately go and allow somebody like Amazon or be dictated by one broker, or allow somebody that can't even open their own trucking authority for whatever reason. They don't have the credit, the money, their kids at home. They're a truck driver. They don't want to do it no more. You know, I can understand if the guy's like 40 years in the business, 65 years or older, you know, and he's already done a trucking company for like 25 years, you know, like Bob Best or something like that, you know, that would be a different story. But in the right mind, somebody with no fucking experience, like half these dispatching ads and recruiting services and all that are about, you know, it's insane. It's like a free for all. Not only is it damaging to my precious trucking companies and brokers that I love so much, but it's horrible that you allow that fucking shit to happen because you don't have a clue that in like 30 minutes, a guy like me could teach you not to use a dispatching service. You know what I mean? But I did again, not all dispatching services are bad either. I'm getting ready to teach them how to find clients here in about 28 minutes. So grab the link. See you guys in a little bit. I'm going to teach you guys some sales stuff and how to understand why you can't recruit owner operators and how to find dispatching clients different than going to FMCSA and selling dispatching, or different than going to truck stops and handing out flyers. You know what I mean? So some great tips, some great nuggets. It's going to be sponsored by my man, ecarriercheck.com. Come check it out. Go to meeting and here in a few minutes, right? Later, guys. It's posted in the link in the group. And if you guys are not paying attention, we have the next dispatching webinar coming up on February 7th, and we're doing them once a month now. So it's like 3 or 4 weeks, almost 5 weeks before we do them again. So we have map training coming up on the 22nd, January, and routing. We have dispatch webinar coming up on February 7th. And then brokerage will be February 21st. So we're taking a week off in between everyone now so we can do more work and more mentoring. So, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. And stay warm. It's cold as hell out there. And remember that the days that Christmas rush ends when all the packages start leveling out. It's still kind of crazy, though, because no one's working, so they're at home. So it'll be weird how to see how the Christmas rush ending is supposed to end in January, like around the 15th, 17th, which is this week, where it starts slowing down. So we'll see how those predicaments start to work. But did you guys know that there's another cool rush that's getting ready to start this year, and hopefully COVID won't kill it like last year? It's like you always think about these different seasons that happen, like now, right now, you're getting a lot of seed being moved, farm seed, fertilizer, stuff that they're going to be using for planting right now. Planting stuff has to be moved around. It's really crazy. And Girl Scout cookies, if you haven't noticed. And they're taking the orders for Girl Scout cookies all over the United States. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You know, and so then for what, a month straight, they got to move those Girl Scout cookies to all the states in the United States, to all these little Girl Scout houses. So hopefully they won't have a big downfall like that last year. But with the shortage of trucks, what's the demand for trucks going to be to move those Girl Scout cookies? You think they're working on those trucks right now? Or you think they started a month ago? Because the orders are coming in. So the manufacturing going to start. You know that they did a lot of manufacturing off last year, but last year they had that huge problem like in Atlanta where they like had to donate like half of them to the military or something like that. So will that be the same this year? Will the products be up? Will the prices be up? Will they need a lot more trucks? Will it be the same amount of Girl Scout cookies sold last year? It's just kind of neat because when freight slows down, shipping Girl Scout cookies for like 2 months straight could be a huge fill-in for your trucks if there's a demand, right? See you guys at 12:30. I was just bringing that up. Later, guys.